The 2013 Lego Gunship can go for around $300 today, but is this $40 knockoff a good substitution? I think so. Welcome back to Sharky's Fake Bricks, the channel that buys, builds, and reviews exclusively fake Lego. Today I'm re-reviewing this fake Lego Gunship, which only cost me 42 bucks off AliExpress to determine set quality and if it's worth the buy. Let's get to it. So if you're familiar with the 2013 set, you will notice right off the bat that this is a piece-for-piece identical replica as the Lego set. And because of that, that means the construction is super solid once it's all done. I'll talk a little more about that in the accuracy section at the end of this video. But yeah, I mean, the construction is fantastic because, well, it's Legos. So yeah, great first impression here. I think one of the main differences was probably the build time for this thing. It ended up taking quite a bit longer than I think the Lego set probably would have. And there's two main reasons for that. The first one is the instructions. So it's pretty much the same printing as the Lego instructions, but much, much smaller. And the pieces you already placed were grayed out in the next photo after you had already placed them. That made it pretty easy to identify where to put some of the white pieces, so that was helpful. But if there were ever any gray pieces, it was like, where's Waldo, trying to find where to place them. Oh yeah, and this is also from Space Wars, not to be confused with Star Wars. But yeah, it also took a while to construct because of some of the Technic bricks specifically. The build may be exactly the same as the Lego set, however the pieces are much lower quality, and I really saw that in the wings specifically. Maybe not the plates here, but up here, these things took forever to assemble. And you'll notice now they are kind of wiggly, and that's really just due to the lower quality of plastic. With that said though, it's very, very solid once it's done. I mean, this is a very solid ship. Even this handle, super smooth pickup as you can see. And I'll talk about the build process a little more at the end of the video as well. So it's the same build, there's all the same play features as the Lego Gunship. I'll show you a couple here. So these front doors can open up, and there's some extra missiles in here that slides in and out very easily. And these also open and close pretty easily, so that's pretty sweet. There's two cockpits up here. Both of these are also very smooth. Then you have two bubble turrets on the side, and those can move in or out, and you can set a clone up in there. I was really surprised, especially with some of these Technic teeth connections. They actually act just like the Lego connection would. There's two bubble turrets on the wings, and of course the doors can open up with a little handle back here, if I can find it. All right, there we go. Yeah, this part is super smooth. I love playing around with this, just opening it up. I will talk a little more about these doors coming up in like 2 seconds because I think they are a little too easy to open, but I'll get to that very soon. There's also a back door here that reveals Anakin's speeder, which is very nice, and that can come out, again, same build as the Lego speeder. Slide that back in and then set it back up. There's also a gun back here, and then you can't really see it here, but there's also a little opening up top. And there are some flick fire missiles all the way at the top, and these actually do work. Now, most of those play features work really, really well, which I was very surprised at. There are a few cons that I'm going to mention. So first up, these bubble turrets, not the bubble turrets, but the guns up here, which are iconic to every gunship. These things are extremely loose. You can kind of see they flop down. Yeah, they just do not stay up. Sometimes they do, but I mean, if you move it at all, they just kind of shake down like that. So yeah, not great. Especially if you're going to have this up for display. Oh, there we go. It's kind of working. I thought maybe you could super glue them, but then they'd be stuck in one position. Somebody suggested that I put some paper in these turrets to kind of hold it in place, and I think I actually might do that once I actually display this thing just to keep these turrets from falling every time. Again, I said I'd mention it, so these doors, they do open super well, and that's this little mechanism back here, these little Technic hinges. I don't own the actual Lego set, so I don't know if this is similar, but these doors are very loose. You can kind of see they just flop down here. I don't know if you can get a good visual of it. But yeah, every time you tip the gunship, they just kind of come open by themselves. Again, I'm not really sure if that's a problem on the Lego set or if it's a problem at all. It's just something that I noticed when I was building. other than that though, I literally have zero complaints about this thing. I mean, the build, again, was pretty long, and there are a couple flaws in relation to the quality of the plastic, but otherwise, this is an absolutely fantastic build. Something else to note, this is completely Lego compatible, so here I have an official Lego 212 Trooper, and here is a knockoff 212, and both of these guys will put in the real one first. He fits in very well, and here's the knockoff. He also fits in. It takes a little more, but yeah, both of these guys look great in there. So especially if you're going to buy this set and put official Lego minifigures in there, no need to worry at all about the connections. He fits in everywhere here. So yeah, I think that is another huge plus. Well, that is everything for the gunship. Again, construction is identical piece for piece to the Lego gunship, but I'm going to talk a little more about this gunship later in the video, as well as if you should buy it. All right, well, let's now move on to the minifigures. All right, well, here are the minifigures. You'll notice that this set comes with the exact same minifigure selection as the official Lego gunship, but they're definitely not as high quality as the gunship. So let's take a closer look at each individually. First up are fake clones. You'll notice the printing makes it look like they're looking up. I don't know what happened to them, but yeah, both of their printing is somehow moved up on their helmet. We actually had the opposite problem in our battle pack video, but yeah, that looks pretty strange. The helmets are also pretty loose. You can kind of see here, it wobbles around a little bit, and it comes off pretty easily. Anytime I put them in a bag or anything, they always fall off. The helmets are always off. And I equate that to the plastic quality because it looks like pretty much the exact same connection, exact same mold and everything from Lego. Aside from that though, the torso is really good on both of these guys. And they also just have some standard back printing. 2 generic clone heads underneath. But yeah, that is our clone troopers. Now our Jedi, we've got Anakin and Obi-Wan. For some reason, both of these guys have kind of strange heads. Head printing, that is. I don't know what it is about them. I think it's the darker facial lines. And also the low quality hair. I mean, if these were stood up to the official Lego figures, you'd definitely be able to tell the difference. They've got decent lightsabers, nothing special there. One other complaint I have is on Anakin. You'll notice he has some old school yellow printing for his chest, so I don't really know what happened there. Other than that, I mean, they definitely get the point across. Not the worst fake Lego I've ever seen. Now our super battle droids. Okay, these guys are actually really, really great. I feel like droids are pretty hard to mess up. I mean, if you have the mold, you pretty much have the droid. So yeah, these guys are fantastic. They feel very solid, just like a Lego droid would. And they're much darker than the Lego Super Battle droids. Almost black, which I think looks really cool. All right, last up we have Padme, who is by far the worst minifigure. First of all, she's got much darker lines outlining her torso here than on the official Lego minifigure. And I don't know, in person it just looks weird. It might be hard to tell on camera, but also her stomach printing is a darker shade of skin tone than her arm or her head. So that also just looks kind of like she's sunburned. Decent printing on the back here. But the real horror of this minifigure is on the back. Yeah, so here is her double face. She looks like the Joker. Yeah, her smile just looks super off. Needless to say, I will definitely be keeping that behind her hair, just like that. Well, we've taken a look at both the set and the minifigures. Now let's eat. As in, take a look at the enjoyability, accuracy, and overall toy quality. I absolutely loved playing with this set after I was done. So enjoyability is super high. I really, really enjoyed it. The only part that wasn't so enjoyable was the build process. But now that it's built, it's all good. Again, accuracy for the gunship is 100%. Piece for piece replica of the Lego set. So very good on that side. Accuracy of the figures, not so great. Especially that Padme double head. Or some of the clone printings. In general though, accuracy is great. And now overall toy quality, I also think is really good. Specifically with the gunship. Again, this is a super solid build. The handle works great. You can pick it up super easily, set it back down. It's definitely something that you could buy as a toy and have a ton of fun with. And now the question of should you buy? I would say yes, definitely. Again, everything I just mentioned would, I think, be reason enough to buy this set. But the real reason I say that is 100% the price. Today, if you wanted to buy this Lego gunship, you'd have to spend a minimum of $300 if you wanted it in nice condition. And I only paid 42 bucks for this thing. Now, yes, some of the quality is lower, like on the turrets, but you could buy 7 or 8 of these fake Lego gunships for the same price as you could buy one official set. Yeah, because of all that, I would definitely recommend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to help support me and this brand new channel. And if you like this video, you'll definitely like this related video, so go check that out right here. And I'll see you there.